rust you were talking about. Tires.
The motor's in pretty good shape.
Had some old school radios from Radio Shack, and that was still a thing. Rear window, seat, new gas tank, the one that I bought from LMC. I don't know if you looked it up yet. Back of the seat. It's really, really old. Here's the original 3 on the tree, but it doesn't work anymore, of course, because it has been converted to the ground. So that's a thing.
I'm telling you, the body's in pretty decent shape. Nothing wrong with it. It's a short bed.
And that's stuff when they were building the house, that got all over the truck. But it does need to be re-primered. The reason why it's super rusty on the outside, has a whole bunch of surface rust, is because my downstairs does leak every once in a while. So since it was sitting in this exact spot for the absolute longest, all the humidity from that water was going through. Here's the back of it, the old school plate we had on it. Here is the grill. Of course, it is the 2 double headlight fixture. And here are the covers for the headlights. Pop in there just fine. Still have that. The window looks like it has a new gasket on it. To be honest, looks like it's brand new. Here's this up to the truck. Let me explain this. When I bought the new gas tank for the truck, it has different dimensions for the filler neck. So this size filler neck is way different from the original size, so it's actually bigger. And for the reason that is because LMC wants you to buy their hose and their whatnots, and that's exactly the reason why I had to buy a new sending unit as well, which is basically a giant. It sucked. So what I did is I wrapped tape around this in order to prevent any water leaking. But this thing doesn't sit outside at all. It's always in the garage at all times. So there's something big about that. And then there's no holes or nothing in the cabin. Here's this. The thing is pretty cool. All the wiring and whatnot. And so this gauge acts actually for the water temp. It needs to be rewired. All I need to do is just switch the 2 wires that other direction, so that way it reads cold to hot and not hot to cold. That's it. But 30,000 original miles. It's almost out of gas because I've been running it every once in a while, but this is the first time I turned it on in a couple months. So of course the radio is there. All this nonsense still works too. The crack on the windshield, and a whole bunch of spare parts in there too. I'll show you that. Put down, better view of it. So that box is filled with new stuff with it too. I got the new mirror. Pretty dancy. Again, from LMC, reputable source. I have another fuel filter, if need be. That's it for this box. I have no clue what these are, to be honest with you. And so, here's where it gets interesting with the whole GMC type stuff. So this is the original lettering that goes onto the grill. So it's the G and the M and the C. So these things bolt on to here. That's where they go. So if I were to flip this around, and these things are in really good shape too. It bolts onto there, roughly. Of course, we'll put it upside down. And then in that box, we actually have more spare parts in here. A bunch of these. And then these would go, once you get carpet in the truck, of course, it'd go on this line to meet the carpet standpoint. That's when it's fully restored and this is cleaned out. Like I said, this truck is really, really clean. Of course, it is the original GMC trunk. That's the outside. Here's the bottom. Differential. There's the exhaust. So this stuff, I'm telling you, it's just surface rust on most of this stuff over here. The leaf springs, shocks and struts. All the brake lines seem to be in decent shape. All this stuff is good. That probably needs to be replaced eventually. Probably the worst part. Differential in the drive shaft. That stuff, but it's good. But like I said, this is the worst part of it. It's all this stuff, but again, it's not going through the body at all. This is the fender that's been pulling and wobbling. So, that's what I was talking about. So everything's all good here too. It's this thing. Everything here's all pretty good shape. I don't really feel like getting on the floor because it's wet, so sorry if it's, can't really tell anything. You can tell it's nothing going through the body. I don't know if you can see that. I doubt it. This window also works. This window also works. So I'll give you the red. I'll give you. This blinker works too. Missing the button in the middle. We have that. I'll show you that the blinker lights do work. Show you the other one. It works. Right. Turn that off. One of these knobs turns on the gauge. I don't know which one it was. We have this whole thing. If need be. Here's the VIN number, the VIN. I'll give you a couple rubs of it. You can tell it does sound good. This is the e-brake. It does work and whatnot. There's something more else to tell you about it. These do work all day long too. Door panels, new screws, all throughout. And that's basic. That's your basic gist of the truck.